Hi, I'm Andy King and I'm with TLC here. Chile, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta originally. I'm Georgia Peach girl.
And how often you moved around? Did you move around a lot?
No, I didn't. That was these other two.
And t-boz, you moved around forever.
Well, when I was younger, I did, but I finally ended up in Atlanta. But I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, originally.
And Philly's home.
Yep. It's been home for the past 10 years.
What do you remember about the Philly sound as a kid growing up?
Well, I didn't grow up in Philly. I moved around a lot, too. I was born in Philadelphia. I moved away because my father was in the Army, so I was an Army brat. I moved back to Philly when I was about 12 or 13. And then I moved to Atlanta when I was 17 or 19. Yeah, 19.
Chili, what's your birthday?
February 27, 1971.
And my birthday, this is left eye, my birthday is May 27th, 1971.
T-boz?
April 26, 1970.
You guys are really close in age, huh? What did your parents do? T-boz?
My mom and dad, my mother and my father sing. My dad plays instruments. He works at NASA, but he also gives like music lessons. And my mother used to work at PPS. No, UPS.
Left eye, how about yours?
My mom is she's a do-it-all. She's not a tailor because she's a woman, so she's a seamstress, I guess. Tailoress, whatever.
Oh,
and
the seamstress.
And my father's he was in the Army. He's passed away now. He was in the Army band, and he was also a sergeant.
Chili?
What does mom and dad do? No.
You told me.
Well, I don't know what dad is doing. I don't really know about that, but my mommy used to work for General Electric, and when she finally couldn't take it anymore, my mom is going to school now. She wants her own shop, and I'm going to help her get it. Her own salon, rather. That's what she wants. Yeah, hair.
It is real funny. Right before I came on tour, somebody gave me a surprise, and it was an old record that my mom and dad sung when they were like, 18? And it was like the #1 song in Des Moines, Iowa at the time. They had made a little 45 little record. It was so funny to hear my mom when she was a teenager sing. I don't remember the name of it.
What name did they go by?
Beats me. But if I can remember, I will tell you. I'm going to find out because it is so funny. The song sounded good, though. But it was #1 in Des Moines, Iowa, on their charts or whatever.
When you guys listen to music, when you're touched by music, what voices do you hear?
Man, I love Patti LaBelle. She... Before I like kind of grew up with her, it's like nobody can mess with her to me. I mean, she's just like the ultimate. But then now that I'm in the business and I got to meet her, she's just too fly because she's in a high position and she's still down to earth. So I like her a lot.
Chili, tell me, what gets you there?
Well, I love Sade and Phyllis Hyman. Their voices was just like that deep sound, and it was just, but especially Sade, I really like her a lot. She's so laid back and her style is so smooth. And plus I like jazz, that's my favorite.
So you're in a real jazz tip.
Yep, I love jazz. Michael Franks, all those people.
Left eye, who takes you up there? Who really inspires you? Tell me.
Lisa Bonet inspired me. I think it was just her attitude or how she came across as being a very open-minded person, who had this thing, well, you can just take it or leave it. This is how I am.
And Did any of you guys work? Any 9 to 5s?
Yes, and I was in college. I mean, so I was doing both.
What were you doing, Chili?
Well, I was a sales rep for a clothing store.
Fly department store.
Riches. And I was going to Georgia Southern University. Communication arts. I wanted to be a buyer for some major store. My dream store was Neiman Marcus.
Why not got to the top, huh? T-boz, what were you doing?
I was working in a hair salon as a manicurist and an apprentice under hair. So I was learning. I was getting my license to do hair and doing nails. So I was like doing both at the same time.
Were you doing anything?
Let's see. I had about 50 jobs.
50?
Not at the same time. I mean, I did have maybe 2 or 3 at the same time, but I could never stay at one job for a long period because I got bored quickly. I think the longest I ever stayed at a job was about 2 months.
What is the stupidest job you ever had?
Working in the airport in the collection department. Well, see, that's what I call the collection department because what I did was sit behind the booth and call people from all over. Excuse me, sir. Can you come here, please? Hi, we're collecting money for children who've been burnt out of their homes.
Who sponsors something like that?
Well, I never met the lady who sponsored it, but my friend hooked me up, and all I knew is we got to keep 50% of whatever we collected. I was rock bottom then, because I had just moved down to Atlanta, and I didn't really have a place to stay. I was living with somebody, and that was my way of, making ends meet. Besides being in this group, I couldn't really have a 9-to-5 job.
I read in the biography that you had a premonition about all this. Can you tell me about that?
Oh, yeah. I knew. I knew. I didn't know how, when, why, or what, but I just knew. And ever since I was little, I said, Mommy, one day I'm going to be a superstar. One day I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be on TV and I'm going to buy you a house.
I said the same thing.
And I was serious. It wasn't just a little kid dream. I mean, even when I was a teenager, every week I would come in the house with a different story because I had met someone new. 1 week it's like, I met this guy. He heard me rap. And he's going to do this and that. I was like, yeah. I'm telling you. Or the next week it would be like, I met this guy and I'm going to be in the video. Yeah. All right now. And then when I said, Mom, I met Pebbles, it was the same thing. Oh, yeah. But it's just something from inside that I always knew. I mean, that happens a lot, though. I can know what's going to happen, or I can want something real bad, and I just know it's going to happen, and it'll happen.
Yeah, but what was the biggest premonition that you had that came true?
It had to be when we weren't going to do something. I remember when we were supposed to start the Hammer tour. We were set.
We all had that one.
We were set. And I said, we're not going on the tour tomorrow. And like the day before the tour, I knew for weeks that we weren't going to leave when we were supposed to leave. And the day before the tour, Pebbles came to us and said, well, we got to put it off for 2 weeks. I said, I knew it. I knew we weren't going.
When did they start? I mean, these premonitions about the show business. How old were you?
It's as far back as I can remember.
Chili, do you remember when you started knowing?
Well, when I was little, really little, maybe like 3 and stuff like that. No, hold up. Let's go back to a baby. My great-grandmother's daughter got herself in trouble with me. I don't know. My big mommy said she was holding me, and I couldn't talk yet. But my first words was, "I love you," and the second thing I started saying, I was just just singing and everything. And I was this little bitty baby. But I do remember when I was about 10, I was going to the girls' club, and my aunt asked me. This was in Columbus, Georgia. When I would stay the summers there and stuff, she said, so what do you want to do when you grow up? I said, I want to be a star. And they just, like everybody said, because, I mean, stuff like that, I mean, it's just, you never know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody wants to be in showbiz, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to happen to you.
T-boz, do you remember when you knew that you were gonna make it, that you had a talent, a gift?
Back then, it started way back before I can remember when, but I didn't necessarily know what it was I wanted to do. I mean, I knew I liked dancing and stuff, but I didn't know what form of entertainment I was going to end up doing, whether it had been modeling, acting. I know I wanted to be an entertainer, though. And I had always envisioned this one little dream over and over, always, and it'd always be me running on stage singing. And it's just like now. But it was always that same vision. I'd always have this dream ever since I was young.
You know, I'm calling you all by the names on the record, but I want the ones on the birth certificate. Chili, give me the whole thing.
I hate my middle name. Rosanda Ocillian Thomas.
That sounds almost like a gemstone. Do you know what it means?
I don't.
Lisa Nicole Lopez.
Tanise Watkins.
Tanise?
Tanise.
I wanted to say that Rosanda is Chili, Lisa is Left Eye, and
Tian
is T-boz.
Why were you guys drawn to music? I mean, you could be doing anything.
It seemed like a lover of music, just that can be your world or something. I mean, it just like kind of surrounds you or whatever.
But it's so funny because I'm just speaking the truth. We're very, very talented in other ways. I mean, it's like it's funny because we play off of each other. We're like little comedians and stuff. I mean, you know, we act. I mean, it's just a natural thing. So it's like once this is over, because, you know, I believe that everybody has